guys, this is Amber with GingerSprout Plant Co. Today I'm coming to talk to you guys about beginner plants. I am in the jungle right now. So we're going to talk about some easy to care for plants that are really great for beginners, people who maybe just have one or two plants or no plants. So let's just get right into it. So of course, which I'm pretty sure every single person on the planet has heard, the SANSEVIERIA is probably the easiest, most indestructible plant you could own. These guys can take low light or they can take full sun. So wherever you put this puppy, it's gonna love it. It's gonna be fine. They do grow faster in higher light situations, as will all plants. So while we're talking about that, let's talk about a fact that people think is a fact, but is actually not. No plants can take no light. So if somebody says, this can take 0 light, that is a lie. Or just a misconception on their part. Some plants can take low light for extended periods of time, but they need to be put back in light at some point. Most of these guys can, all the ones I'm going to show you today can handle low light, but they'll do a little better if they're given a medium to bright indirect light situation. So just as a little FYI. So for snake plants, set it and forget it. That's pretty much where you're at. Super easy. I water mine probably about once a month.
Snake plant, SANSEVIERIA is the same thing?
Yes, SANSEVIERIA is the scientific name, commonly called snake plant, mother-in-law's tongue. I think there's some others out there that I don't remember right now. Another one that's super easy, another set it and forget it plant are the ZZs. I wish I had a larger one to show you guys, but I just have these little babies right now. Super easy to care for, can handle very low light. And in regards to low light, just so it's noted, fluorescent lighting will suffice when it comes to low light tolerant plants. So if you have a bathroom with no window, but you have fluorescent lighting, your low light plants will do fine in there. They'll love the humidity and the lighting will be okay. So these can take, again, very low light, but they can also take higher light if you happen to have a spot that you would prefer to put it that gets more light. So that's a ZZ plant. I'm not going to try to pronounce the scientific version because I cannot. Okay. So these are AGLONEMA. There are so many versions of these guys out there, and I personally feel like these are probably one of the most underrated plants on the market. They are very easy to care for, and they're stunning.
What did you say?
AGLONEMA.
They're very easy to care?
Yes, they're very easy to care for. You're rude. So they come in these stunning colors, these stunning leaf patterns. I mean, can you guys really? I mean, for easy care plant, these are really great. There are so many other variations of this, but these are just some of the ones that I had on hand. They do not like cold temperatures, so you want to keep these guys warm. They love humidity and they can handle low light very well. Again, they'll grow a little faster if you give them some medium indirect light, but they can handle low light very, very well.
Now, what do you mean by medium indirect?
So medium indirect would mean, anytime I use the term indirect, it means no direct sun. So if you can see the sun directly in the line side of your leaves, you know, it's too much. It's too much. But your medium indirect light is, you know, let's say your brightest window in your home is super bright. It gets afternoon sun. If you pull your plant back like 5-6 feet, that's medium indirect light. Anything below that, you're probably looking at a low light situation. I know your room looks bright across over there because your window's open and the wall's white and it looks super bright, but it's really not. So just keep that in mind. So another one that's super easy is obviously a peace lily. I'm sure you guys see these at every funeral you've ever been to, and at every florist shop you've ever been to also. These guys are really cool because they let you know when they're thirsty. So I like to call these our drama mamas. They're like dying a slow death, it looks like, when they're thirsty. They will droop. It'll be a real drama show. But it's really great because it lets you know when it's thirsty, you water it, boom, perks right back up, and you don't have to worry too much about it. These guys like to stay root bound, so the more root bound they are, the more often you have to water. So of these guys, the peace lily probably needs the most water, but is still easy to care for. One of my personal favorite little light plants, did I say that about everyone? I'm not sure. I think I might have. Sorry. Philodendron. So this is a Philodendron Brazil. Probably one of my top sellers. Everybody loves these. I mean, they're really, really stunning. They have these very painterly leaves. You know, you have some leaves that come in just all yellow. They're just really stunning. They're viners, so the bigger they get, the longer their vines are. I have like 20 of these in my house. Right. Just saying, I need a broom. It's a little dirt, it's a broom anyway. So super easy to care for. These can handle a little bit higher light as well. I would not put these in as low of light as any of the other ones. This is going to need a medium, indirect light to really grow and thrive. Super easy to care for. I water mine once a week. Sometimes I forget, but it's okay. There are lots of different types of philodendron, by the way. There are rare philodendron, which I'm not sure if you guys can you see this stuff up here? So we have some rare ones up here. I mean, they're all so stunning. But they come in lots of different kinds. You know, we have these ones with more of this upright stature here that you can see. This is a Prince of Orange philodendron. They all typically have the same care and really, honestly, super easy. Let's see what else we got. This is probably gonna put this down here. Another one that's really easy that you guys probably see quite often is PATHOS, which is commonly called devil's ivy. It's not an ivy, just to clarify. It's okay that it's called devil's ivy, but it is not a type of ivy. Ivy are very prone to spider mites. These are not prone to spider mites like ivies are. So that's just important to keep in mind. Super stunning. There are tons of different kinds. Let's see. This is a golden pothos. This is a Hawaiian variety, so the variation, the yellow is very, very bright. But I saw this guy at the greenhouse yesterday, and I had to have it. So, this is a pearls and jade. Just another example of types of variation that you can get. I mean, there are tons of different kinds of pothos. So you have a lot of variety there. Very easy to care for. Super prolific. I mean. And they're just really great. And then I have, I have two more that I would like to talk about and touch base on. So my very, very, very favorite, and I really mean it this time, guys, my very favorite family of plants are Calathea. Or prayer plants in general, but Calathea are really my favorite. The prayer plant family consists of Stromathe, Tenanthe, Calathea, and Maranta. So they're all prayer plants. Their leaves move with the sun throughout the day. Just stunning. They're pet friendly. I mean, how can you lose, right? How can you lose? So in the prayer plant family, it's really hard for me to say those two words together. Prayer plant. So this is a type of Tenanthe. Okay, this is a gray star. I have another one that I have in water right now. This is a SETOSA Tenanthe. So these are the easiest of the prayer plants in my family. In my family. My plant family. In my opinion. So these are really easy. I mean, I've honestly accidentally forgotten about them before, and they do great. Your little baby bottom leaves, if you forget about them, they'll probably die off. So, you know, I water mine about once a week. They're really stunning. The Tenanthe probably, they prey the most of the families. No. Okay. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. But sorry. These guys will stand up super straight at night, and then they'll be more opened up during the day. For Calathea, these are some good examples. These are probably This is my new favorite. Let me get y'all real close on this one. So if you can see, you have sort of like a digital type of leaf pattern going on. Super, super awesome. Super awesome. The underneath of the plant, like look at it in the light like this. I mean, it's really, really cool. The darker underneath of these leaves, you'll see on the rattlesnake here that you have like some pretty dark underneath here. This is your rattlesnake. So the darkness underneath the leaves is really cool because it allows the plant to absorb more light. So it bounces off the dark part, gives your plant more light, even if it's in a low light situation. So these do excellent in low light, and they're just wonderful to watch. They're stunning. There are so many different kinds. Totally worth it. And the last one I'm going to talk about is a parlor palm. This one's a little bit larger than some that you might typically see. They can get quite big and be in like, 1, 3, 5-gallon pots. This one's in a 6-inch. These are super, super easy. Great air purifiers. Again, I water mine maybe once a week. And they really just do great. You kind of set them and forget it. And they just look really cool. And don't quote me on this, but I think that these are pet friendly also. Might need to Google that. All right. So yeah, I have one other, Dracaena are really great too. Just as an example, I'm going to show you one. Boop. So this is a type of Dracaena. They're really great and easy to care for as well. They can take, brighter light. They can also take low light, and they do really well. So just as some examples, water about once a week, keep in a low to medium light situation, and you really shouldn't have any problems. So again, if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to ask, leave a comment. I'm always happy to help. And GingerSprout out.